I'm convinced that a lot of people like to focus on mindless entertainment than actually focusing on someone who comes on to social media to be very raw and authentic. And the reason I say that is because the day and age that we live in today is mostly a lot of individuals that do anything to just get views. Nowadays, people can just do something so ridiculous and everyone is tuned in. But when someone is talking about their experiences, when they talk about spirits, when they talk about deities, when they talk about any form of spirituality, a lot of people don't necessarily tune in because a lot of people are not truly awakened within themselves, and they're only focusing on a video that can give them dopamine, pretty much. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying entertainment. I'm not saying that, but I have seen that it's the same thing when it is with an actual artist that speaks truth versus an artist that decides to feed into the norm of society, right? To feed into what the elites want them to do, is to corrupt the innocent minds of the youth and talk about drugs and talk about doing all these bad things and killing folks. And people will focus on that type of music, listen to that type of music, versus an actual artist that's talking about changing the world and being able and changing within themselves and going deeper into actually breaking the code, decoding everything, decoding the entire the entire humanity. I'm talking about everything, literally. And it works the exact same way, because truly the world is backwards. Let's just talk about it. The world is really backwards. And I'm not going to lie to you, a part of me does want to just quit this content creation because, like I said, when I came onto my platform years ago, I was talking about law of assumption and I was talking about the law of attraction. And I noticed that when I started to talk about certain when I started to talk about certain topics, I got a lot of views and I got a lot of people subscribing to the channel saying, oh my God, this is really good. But as soon as I started to take a step back from that and really talk about my mental health, talk about me going through the things that I'm going through when it comes to major depressive disorder, talking about me having anxiety, talking about me going through certain experiences in my life or situations that I put myself through because of the redundant patterns, the same patterns that I kept doing over and over again, to where I can actually help other people and actually aid people into the right direction. Putting myself out here and being a raw, authentic content creator is just not enough for these type of individuals, because the type of audience that I want is not the type of audience that I am getting, right? And I know a lot of people might say, oh, well, you need to change your background. You need to do this. Let me tell you something, baby. It doesn't matter. Okay, I don't care if I'm sitting on a wall. I don't care if I'm sitting on my I'm sitting on my head. I'm sitting outside. I don't care. Let me tell you something. When I come onto my platform and I decide to express myself, I'm not trying to come on here because, oh yes, I'm coming on here because, well, I gotta make sure everything is good for the audience. I gotta make sure I look this way, present this way. I'm coming on here raw, unedited. I don't edit any of my videos. Never will, never have, because I'm just not going to do it. Right? And it's not something and I'm going to be honest with you, because I myself, when I really sit back, I wasn't thinking about stuff like this when I was younger. Of course I wasn't. I wasn't thinking about stuff like this. But now with how everything's, with everything that's happening and what's going on in the world, a lot of people are asleep. The zombie apocalypse is already here because a lot of people are asleep. A lot of individuals are asleep right now. Nobody is awake. And I would say there's probably only a percentage of people that are awake. I guarantee you, like only 20 to 25%. And the rest is still asleep. The rest is still asleep. So I don't want to make a big video about it, but I do want to say this. I want to leave you with this. My intentions to come on here when I first made my YouTube channel, I didn't really think that it was even realistic. And I was told that it wasn't realistic because it's not a 9 to 5. It's not you knowing that, it's predictable. See, people want to work on a time, they want to work on a schedule, they want to work on predictability. But sometimes I'm not that kind of person. I like to take a step back and I like to take a chance. And even if it's a risk that I know that might help me, or it might be my own end, my own demise, I'm willing to do that. The only reason I say that is because we go through experiences for a reason. We can't always play it safe in life. And sometimes some people might say, oh, that might not work for you, or that's, why are you doing that? Because they're not willing to actually take a chance with themselves. So yes, I will be posting more videos like this, and I will still be coming out with shorts. And you will probably see me more by the water, because I've been feeling like I want to be more by water, and just kind of away from people right now. Only two people I'll be around is my friends. The three people. That's it. Anybody else I don't want to be around. But it's just crazy. The world is very backwards, or maybe it's just me. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. This has been the Daily Dose. Peace.